Hey everybody, welcome to Geeksvana Live. Really great to see you all. Thank you so much for coming in and joining us this evening. Great to see a great crowd already forming. Always interesting as well to watch the pre-chat as you're all having a little chat there. Back in Surrey, England, back from the trip in Northern Ireland. Thank you very much for everyone that supported us on International Drone Day. It was absolutely fantastic fun. We'll have more on that later, but yeah, it was an awful lot of fun, frankly, and something I look forward to repeating soon. We do actually have a couple more studio shows scheduled in the rest of 2021, and hopefully, touch wood, everything else that if the COVID issues etc continue to improve as they are in terms of us all mixing, we might even be able to have a live audience, which will be absolutely fantastic. Just very quickly, thank you to Ollie Tech Wheels for becoming a Vana Army member, channel member. I really appreciate that. Thank you, sir. And also to the Mojek for the £5 super chat. Keep up the good work. I really appreciate that as well, sir. And it's fantastic to see some of the people in the chat as well, people like Legwork and Fish Diaries, talking about the fact that they have their GDC signed in, etc., and they're now cracking on with that, which of course were prizes on International Drone Day. A fantastic prize. Having gone through the course myself and seen the benefits that it's hopefully going to give me and the things you can do with that particular qualification, I'm very, very excited for you guys. Also great to see everybody else. El Smeghead, our senior moderator, hello sir. Legwork Bill, hi. The Flyby guys, never heard of him. Len Hartley, great to see you. Mike Miller, Aztec Drones, hi. Mike Drennan, great to see you, sir. And Peter Campbell, Graham Full, Lindsay, hi. Lindsay Hayes, great to see you as well. Two drones and a gimbal, and everybody else that's joining us. Mappers too, hi. Lynn Smith, hi. And Matt Cundiff. Woohoo, hello everybody. Fantastic for you to join us. So tonight I'm going to be joined by Stephen of the Flyby guys, and we're going to have a little chat about a few different things actually. We're going to start off by talking about DJI. I've also got a video tomorrow coming about DJI actually, but the smaller drone. Enough said about that till that comes out. And we're going to be talking about the Mavic 3 and looking at some of the previous, not necessarily leaks as such, but the rumors and that type of thing that have been around about the Mavic 3, and really try and follow that thread and give our own opinions. Myself and Stephen have our own opinions on what we think the next prosumer drone will look like and will be, and then we can all come back to this when it finally comes out at some point, and see how wrong Stephen was and how right I am, frankly. So that'll be very, very exciting. I also saw in there that Travels with Rosie, who's also one of our prize winners, has started their A2 CofC last night, and that is absolutely fantastic. Very excited about that indeed. Anyone that's actually interested, that we do have a show sponsor, which actually doesn't work in this one. So I'm going to bring you in, Stephen, because the show sponsor button won't work from this angle. That's no good, is it? It is indeed. That's one of our sponsors, Moonrock Insurance. There's a link in the description if you'd like some drone insurance. Get over there and have a quote. My live studio signs are very dark and broody this evening, isn't it? Yes. It's a little bit. I'm having to press all the buttons myself and everything this week, which is both more stressful and less stressful at the same time, if that makes sense, because relinquishing that control, for anyone that didn't know, we live streamed 4 times, 5 if you include a members live stream on Saturday, and I was very fortunate enough to work with an incredible professional crew. Hi guys, if any of you happen to see this, and yeah, it was an amazing experience, but it meant that I had to relinquish control across the course and allow other people to play with my channel, basically. So, and every little tech thing that went wrong, I was like, ooh, what's happening? But they were amazing, frankly, and the quality was just superb. I mean, the test itself, the GVC test flight itself, that footage was crazy, wasn't it, really? Because that was filmed in real time, because we wanted to live stream it, of course, but we couldn't because of the weather. So we filmed it in live in real time, and it was edited in real time, essentially. So the director was cutting between the camera and the drone camera, the drone that was giving the awesome B-roll from up above. And yeah, it was phenomenal to watch that back, because obviously I was far away from a studio, and obviously I could see a cameraman and a microphone and things, but apart from that, I was in a field taking my GVC test, so I really didn't know, frankly. So
By the way,
I've turned your
cannot
sound
hear
on.
me.
I've turned your sound on.
Yes, that's okay.
I'm not looking
That's
at my
okay.
chat, you see. And now, Sean. Okay, when you're talking about other people's tech, thankfully I was going on and on and on, and you hadn't yet gotten a word in edgeways, which was quite handy. But if you put an emoji for your members to tell you that the mic isn't working, look at the chat.
That's what they'll do.
Look at the chat. Yeah, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, people.
That's great. But you know, this is just, you know, I will not be silenced.
Yes, that's it.
I will not
the
be
audience
silenced.
Demands to hear Stephen Sutton and his opinions.
They want to hear me. I will not be I will not be silenced. How are you anyway, Sean? How are you?
Andy Keys is asking me to turn my sound off. Carry on. He doesn't want to hear from me. He wants to hear from you.
Oh, I'm not really surprised. You know, it's just the way we are. You know.
Yeah, well,
just
whatever. But no, I'm good, thank you, sir. It's been an interesting few days. Obviously, getting back into the flow of things. We'd only just moved into this studio when we went across to Belfast, so I'm still adjusting to things. We've got a couple of new systems going in for the wireless mics and different bits and pieces like that. So it's still a lot of work, and of course, you need to put some content out as well. So that kind of helps if you're a YouTuber, doesn't it? You've actually got to make videos and publish them. I read that somewhere. I think it's on page 1 of the YouTube guide, but I'm not entirely sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Lindsay Hayes is starting as well. End of broadcast, roll VT. Yeah, thank you. But yes, there's obviously been plenty of coverage of International Drone Day, so we won't be talking about that too much. But we do have some behind the scenes bits and pieces coming up soon as well. The chap sorting that out for me tells me there's 478 files of videos and pictures of behind the scenes stuff. So I'm going to put something very special together for our members, actually. Which, in actual fact, talking about our members, we have this. We have a members video meetup straight after the show this evening. So when the outro is rolling, we'll pop a Zoom link, which will bring you into the same Zoom session that my colleague Stephen is sat in right now. We'll also be joined by Emily de Cosmo, who's actually going to pop in a little bit to say hello to everyone on the show as well. And then come hang with us, come chat with us. You have to put up with Stephen being there, but you know. Apart from that,
it's the price you pay. It's the price, but they know themselves that they are privileged to be in the same room as me.
Okay, I think
they
that
know
tailed
that.
off. I think that tailed off really badly towards the end there. Okay, let's move on with the content, shall we? So we've had lots of excitement recently with the DJI FPV drone, the DJI Air 2S, which is a fantastic drone. It really is. It flies superbly. The quality is, it's superb. Every time I record something and fly with it, I'm surprised on a little bit more, if that makes sense. Something else pops up and I'm like, wow, that's just amazing. And you know, I love flying these things, so it's awesome. But of course, there is one drone that it keeps rearing its so-called head, because of course at the moment it doesn't exist, and that is the DJI Mavic 3. And that has to be the most talked about drone that has never existed ever, really.
Well, I think that we'll be talking about this for quite some time. We will be talking about this for quite some time. And of course, Lawrence is now in the chat there as well. And I think it's going to be, you know, this will be the drone that everybody wants. This should be the drone that everybody wants. And I think that when it comes out, you know, we were talking about this last night on Coast to Coast Drones. We were talking all this together, and
never heard of them.
You know, you were terrorizing us last night to come into the show, literally terrorizing us. And I think that it has to be a game changer. It has to be, and when I say game changer, I do think that it should be something different than what they have at the moment with the Mavic model series. We've moved on from the Phantom. The Phantom series is now pretty much gone. So we have that, you know, Mavic body that, you know, even with the Mini right up to the Air 2S.
Yes.
is and so I would like to think that the next the next prosumer, the so-called 3, will be something completely different. It will be remodeled.
That's the hope. Do you think it might look like this?
For the love of, I really hope not, because
someone's put a lot of work into that, though. Come on, someone's put a lot of work. To be, with all respect,
fair play.
This was one of my favourite. My favourite, obviously not the drone leaky type things. I mean, obviously they've crossed an Inspire with an existing Mavic, and I think that's actually a Mavic Air 1 back of the body with Mavic 2 front maybe, and then Inspire arms. I mean, it's pretty clever. It shows it can be done. But that how I'm not even going to sit here and work out how it would fly and how it would work and how it would gain its stability and everything else like that, because it's obviously clearly not a real drone, but it just shows that there's so much out there, that we've had a lot of these type of different leaks out there associated with it, to the point actually where we get this, which actually is one of the Inspire 3 renders that have been doing the rounds, and that was actually originally brought out as, hey, this is what the Mavic 3 is going to look like, which I think we can safely assume that that's not going to be it.
That's not going to happen. No, because I think that body, the Inspire 1 and 2 has, it has run its course, and again, they will be doing something completely different. Now, this is the Mavic 3. Was this one of the first ones that was released a couple of months ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we've got like a range of them now, which are all fairly similar looking and all sort of, so either these ones are all sort of copying each other, or this is potentially what something like it's going to look like. I'm with you that I honestly don't think that this is how the drone's going to look. I don't think we're necessarily going to see much more from the Mavic form factor. And I do think, I agree with you, I think we're going to move on. When we moved on from the Phantom, everyone wasn't ready to move on from it, and I think the same will happen with the Mavic. I also have some sort of time for the argument that actually they've dropped Mavic from the Mini and from the Air, etc., because they want to concentrate and have this as the new Mavic. But I don't think you get rid of a brand name and bring it back again. I just can't see that personally.
It kind of goes on. I think that they are giving us hints. Now this.
And I'm not. One thing I'll stress is I'm not laughing because it's ridiculous or anything else like that. I love drone rumors. I love drone leaks, especially because we can actually do something about it. But drone rumors are fantastic because it is engaging for the audience, and people love talking about what it could be, and trying to work it out. So, but when I see the downward props on the front there, almost touching the camera, that's probably not going to be something. I think there was a concept potentially. I think there was a concept that was actually worked on that could have had the downward props, but whether the Skydio came first and they worked on that, or whether they were working on it and Skydio stole the thunder, as it were.
Well, I don't know. Well, just to answer the Mojek, who's just saying a Mini 3. I don't think that we're going to see another Mini until the next 3 comes out. Whatever the 3 is. Yes. I don't think we're going to see.
There is a video. There is a video dropping on Geeksvana tomorrow, all about when I think the new Mini 3 will be coming, and that's all I will say about that. But I do think we've got at least 2 more drones coming in 2021. From DJI.
That would be interesting. That would be interesting, and I would lose a bet if I would say that if there was something coming before the 3, I would lose a bet on that, because
something coming before the 3. Yeah, no, I personally I would agree with you there that I think we're if I had to call it, and I have no information outside of the the regulars who provide me with leaks, but they tend to be a little bit further down the pipe, as it were, when they're actually willing to talk to me about it. But I think the 3 will happen summerish, late summer. I did see someone in the chat talking about the fact they'd heard, I think it was Crypto Man who was talking about that they'd heard that a creator had got it. I've heard that same thing. So I think the 3 or whatever it's going to be called will be late summer potentially. And I think the Mini, personally, I think the Mini 3 will come out, and I think it will come out before Christmas.
Well, that would make sense because the Mini 2 came out before Christmas as well. So I think that came out about November, wasn't it? I think it was early November, wasn't it, that it came out? So and of course it is a seller.
Exactly. So one thing that Airless Mean has pointed out actually in the chat, which is an interesting one, which is he said he's here for a few minutes. Hi, good to see you. I know you pop in and out when you can, and I really appreciate it. But he reckons the DJI might release the Mini 3 because of the Fimi Mini Pro, and obviously we've got the Xeno Mini Pro Hubsan thing that the trailer came out for. And I wonder, I do wonder if these drones can actually live up to maybe 60 to 75% of their hype in terms of being able to do what they promise they're going to be able to do. I think that might give the Mini a bit of a run for its money, and that might push things on, which would be very, very nice. Yeah,
I think, we haven't seen any footage from that drone. We haven't had other
it's like a CG trailer basically.
And that doesn't convince me. That really doesn't convince me that there's anything that is going to compete with that.
I have full respect for people like Ron Brown, etc., because they tell me they think it's going to be good, and they've got more experience of that type of drone, if that makes sense. And also they have, I feel that audience also has a bit more leeway. They're a little bit more forgiving, if that makes sense, of those drones as far as their misgivings, etc. Obviously, someone like yourself, if being a professional pilot, the drone has to do exactly what it says. Otherwise, it's just gonna it's not gonna be of any use to you. So I can understand the sort of two sides of it. I'm not convinced yet, but we'll have to see. But I would love to see something like the Hubsan Xeno Mini Pro compete and push them. That would be cool.
We need to have more out there. We need to, not that we have to saturate the market, but we need to have a couple. I would love to have a Skydio. I would love to, get my hands on a Skydio, but we can't get them here. They're just not. They're just not available here. So it is quite annoying, because I would love to just have a few days, spend time on it, get used to the user interface, fly and see how it goes, compare it against what I've been using, just to try it. And that would be, that would be interesting. But it's quite annoying. Hello, Bill. Yes, I got some sleep. Thank you.
Did he sleep at all? It's kind of a Geeksvana thing where we actually try not to sleep. Personally, but there we go. Actually need to move this very quickly up to here, just so I can say very, very quickly, thank you very much to our channel sponsor, Drone Masterclass. Our moving graphic isn't working, so I'm very awkwardly dragging that into the middle of the screen. You didn't notice, did you?
No.
I'm sure Andrew and Drone Masterclass are fine with that. But if you're looking for your A2 CofC or GVC, just like the lucky winners from International Drone Day, then head on over there. There is a link in the description for you to be able to pick up your courses. And thank you, as Stephen was pointing out as well, to our other show sponsor this evening, Moonrock Insurance, which again, there's a link in the description to them. They make all of this possible. So either go give them some business or go tell them how much you hate this channel and why are you making all this possible. It depends on your feelings, really, doesn't it?
Okay. It does. It depends on the time of day. Yes.
So as I say, there is another video coming out tomorrow focused on DJI, talking about the Mini series, a little bit of chat about whether or not, when I think it's going to happen, what spec it could happen. It's also the start of a conversation. So anyone watching this that's interested in that, either you're watching this live or afterwards, go back and watch that video, because I want the comment section to become an engagement as far as what we think we want to see, because that's always been the interesting one. When we had the Air 2, we're like, what could the Air 2S have that I could possibly want to buy it? Air 2S comes out, I buy it. The Mini, I'm like, it's a good little drone. What could they possibly? Mini 2 comes out, I buy it straight away. So I'm going to be interested to see how they keep that iteration and iPhone-esque, Apple-esque type of system going. Philip Koshat, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. Appreciate it, sir. Good afternoon and evening, everyone working and listening. Well, thank you, Philip. You are such a huge, what is he? Supporter of the drone community, and I appreciate it. He'll appreciate that joke. Okay, so should we move on from DJI and should we look at some amazing viewer videos?
This is fast becoming the most entertaining part of the shows. Actually, it really is. Saturday was fantastic.
You're saying that when you don't get to see my face, it's the most entertaining part of the show.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
But as Graham Full says, we need a few other decent drone companies on the market, which is better for the consumers. Yeah. I do think we're going to see that. I think we're going to see, I know Sony are playing with their Air Peak with the consumer. I think we've got some prosumer and consumer drones to come from them. And I think there are other big brands coming to the drone market that we don't even know about yet, because they're waiting for remote ID, UTM, everything else like to be out of the way. I think the hobby drone flyers, the consumer prosumer drones will be very, very different in 10 years time once we have UTM and all of that type of thing, frankly. So yes, right. Let's move on to our first viewer video. And this one is actually from Mark at Aztec Drones. And this is a Mini 2.
Ooh.
Which is at the Brighton Golden Hour. New Brighton Golden Hour. Now this is a very clear image, isn't it?
It's very clear, yeah.
Really,
and I believe
like
Aztec
that.
Drones is in the chat, isn't he?
Yes, I think I saw him there earlier on. Good to see you, sir. Hope you're well. One of our channel members, actually. If you want to become a member, you can click the join button below, and there's also a link in the description. If you do it this evening, you get to join the members meetup afterwards. We're also going to do another members meetup next week at a different time and day, so that other people that can't stay up this late can join in. This is great footage, isn't it? I really love when you have something unusual subject matter like this, where he's obviously got the paraglider. Is that what they call it again? Am I being correct there?
Paraglider, yes. And
it's not that late. Surely I can remember what a paraglider is.
Also, one of the hobbyists in the drones as well. Sorry, one of the hobbyists in aviation.
Yeah, exactly. And it's great to see them sharing the sky, frankly. And then Hartley saying that's at my locality, New Brighton Lighthouse. Another guy from the Wirral. He's excited about that. Brill. That's cool.
I'm always interested to know, Aztec Drones, when you had the shot there doing the circle around the lighthouse, was that manual or was it part of the smart features?
I think the edit looks really good as well.
It does.
It's very difficult to know whether to jump around or to hold things, and I think he's holding the subject for long enough to make it engaging, and you want to see more of it without it dragging on too much, if that makes sense.
Yes, exactly. And it's actually very brave flying with the paraglider. I was wondering, did he have any communication with him?
Yeah, that would be interesting to know, actually, Aztec. If you can let us know. I keep calling you Aztec, but I know your name's Mark. It looks like he did, just from the locality and the proximity, etc. I have actually flown that close to them myself, actually, to those that. But again, once you've had a chat on the ground and that type of thing, it's pretty simple to do. It's very cool. And meanwhile, 50 miles away, it's snowing.
Okay.
The British weather. Welcome to the British weather. Well, thank you very much for sending that one in, Mark. I really appreciate it. Really great footage, I think, and it's really interesting. Now, we have one from next one up is from another channel member, actually, and it's a prize winner. It's one of our prize winners from Saturday. It's Fish Diaries, who is Chris. And I think his channel is called Bully Drone. We'll find out in a moment. And yes, he was, I believe, one of the GDC winners, actually, which is very exciting.
Okay.
Very, very exciting, in fact. It's not just very.
He probably hasn't slept. He probably hasn't slept since last week.
Yeah.
He's been so busy. He's been so excited.
That's not just me then. Now, I don't normally leave the intros and bits and pieces in, but I've actually flown here myself I'm trying to I'm racking my brains now to remember the name of this place. But anyway, I've flown at that particular ruin. I'm just going to knock it on now to the actual subject matter. And yes, so he's saying that he is loving the show and the drone community in general. He picked up the hobby last December, and he had to get up at 5:30 a.m. to make sure the high street was empty. We're coming into the main part of the video now. And he walked up the high street, planned the flight, and he was very excited by him.
It's really good that you actually, that he actually flew there at 5 a.m. or whatever it was, very early, because that's what the authorities would like you to do. You know, even, you know, I've been talking with the authorities, and and you say, I want to capture data from this street or whatever. Well, yeah, that's fine, but can you do it at 6 a.m, 5 a.m. or something?
Exactly.
It's you know.
And some of my videos where we talk about, you know, what is a congested area, what is this, what is that, and actually congested areas are fluid. Obviously, with something like a Mini 2, then you're able to do this anyway, because it doesn't have the crowds of people. And also, you know, it's choosing flight path. He's flying over the empty street rather than necessarily over the buildings and etc. So he's got very good line of sight if anyone's getting involved. And I think it's an interesting video, because there's some of these bits and pieces like this which is actually we're hopefully never going to be able to capture it again. I mean, we hope.
Well, this is the thing, is that, you know, you're getting to see places, and this is what I love about drones anyway, is that you get to see places that you would never generally get to see from a certain angle.
Yes.
I don't want to sound cliche when I say that, but it really interests me.
You're not a cliche.
I try not to be. But it's really interesting. I just think, you know, towns that you have heard of, or maybe you've been to once before,
absolutely.
And you see it and you go, wow, that is what it looks like, you know, and it's just fascinating. But I think that's what we all have in common here.
Exactly.
You know? That was a good video. I mean, especially because he hasn't been flying that long.
That's it. He's been flying
6 months
since December. And
you know, very good video, actually.
Good control of the craft, good gimbal control. You know, you'll then start spotting the shots and that type of thing. I built myself very, very slowly up and that type of thing. And of course, he is now taking the GVC with Drone Masterclass, and that's going to,
which is actually
take you on to the next
good
level.
To hear, actually.
Yeah, it will take you on to the next level. Frankly, it's an absolutely fantastic one, and I hope you enjoy it. We have another fairly new flyer on the next video, actually. If you're happy to move on, sir.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
Fire away.
And this is Ronald from Donald Maritime. Or Ronald Maritime.
Ronald from Donald Maritime.
Yes, I know what you want to say. Now he's using his drone to learn how to capture footage of maritime ships. And this actually comes from Ronald, who is a Dutch contributor. So a little bit of an international feel to this one. I like the opening shot with the drone taking off.
Yes, I also like the intro there with the ships. It reminded me of the Love Boat.
Yes, very good. But I like the drone because the gimbal turned on and everything, and I like little things like that. I do like, and actually, you can make that part of your regular story, can't you? And you can build that image with viewers, basically. But this is interesting with the boats.
This is a cool shot, actually. This is a cool shot.
Now, is he waving is he gesticulating? I think he's waving. He looks pretty chilled.
Yeah. The Dutch are pretty chilled anyway, so
nice to get the sense of scale with the little forklift truck in there as well.
Yeah,
that's a nice shot.
Something you don't often see again, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime, and this is one of the reasons why I like drones like the Mini 2 in particular, because you're able to throw that thing up at very short notice. I've got the Mini 1 and the Mini 2, and I've always got one of them near me at every point, hopefully, certainly within a few meters of me, so you can just throw that thing up in the air and capture what's going on. Absolutely fascinating. Nice little time lapse again. Someone that's new, someone that's using it to learn, which is always great to see. And we have to have that closure.
And then, yes, that's your story. That's your story starting and your story ending.
Exactly, which is very cool. So thank you very much for sharing that one. Just very quickly, hi to everybody who's been joining us. Dog Whistle Sharam, good to see you. Andy Brady, Best Technical Solutions UK, Rod Piker Drones UK, hi, good to see you. And your videos are absolutely fantastic, sir. So thanks for joining us. And Fever Stock Photo, great to see you. Yes, there's canal boats known as Dutch barges, usually larger, wider, and it's actually my other half actually would love to have a Dutch barge converted into a house. Not necessarily live there full time, but I think it's whenever we see one and it's been done particularly well, you think, oh, I could just about live there. Of course, you're not there in December and that type of thing, and with all that kind of stuff happening. But you know, it's still nice. It's still cool. Okay.
Yep, it is.
Would you like to see somewhere called Bogan Park, even though I can't actually tell you where Bogan Park is? This one comes from Angie Cho. If anyone in the chat knows actually where Bogan Park is, let me know. Oh, trust El Smega to bring Dutch ovens up. Thanks, Andy. Always bringing the bar higher. And this is from Angie Cho. As I say, it's in Bogan Park using a DJI Mavic Air 2. Looks to be the States. The States, the United States of America.
Yes.
I'm flying a drone.
You have to have Bill saying that because he's so Seattle.
Yes. But some nice shots.
Yes.
Interesting to see. Again, the edit is moving forward quite nicely, which I like. And that again is nice because it's jumped back out. So that I did like, where it started in close, came out and came out. That I did enjoy. I wonder if this would be a little bit better if it was either cropped in or zoomed in to show a little bit more detail of the people.
Yeah.
I know he's doing an exceptional job of staying away from all the people, which is fantastic. But
there was one shot there where it was a little bit high, I thought.
Yes. I agree with you because you weren't quite getting the detail, were you?
No. So and I don't know the rules and regulations for the height there, but I would assume that was probably quite high.
Rod Piker Drones is saying it's not Northern Ireland. The weather is too good. And I tell you what, actually, the 90% of my time in Northern Ireland this weekend was beautiful weather, and then actually it was literally when we went out to do my flight test live that it started raining. There's some hilarious photos of me drenched as a rat, which I will attempt to stop ever coming to light. But knowing Andrew, he'll find a way.
You will.
A Coast to Coast Drones Bill is saying, yes, I tend to bore folks to tears with a 3-minute stationary shot to open all my videos. Can't for the life of me figure out why folks aren't watching. Well, it's all in the edit, Bill. It's all in the edit.
He's telling a story.
The only thing I would say with Angie Cho's video here compared to others, and it's great, Andy, and as I've shown my earlier videos in previous episodes of this as well, but it doesn't have as much of a story as some of the other videos, and so perhaps I mean you're doing what I did very early on as well, is I want to go and film this location and I just go and film it, and then I look at the bits I've got and I bring it all together, whereas now I actually try to think of the story that I want to create and why I'm going to that location to film. So but again, absolutely fantastic, good to see you out enjoying the hobby, etc.
Absolutely.
Now,
the more the merrier.
Now, we've talked about DJI a lot, and a lot of these videos have been from DJIs. We now have an Autel Evel. It's the brand new Autel drone. It's called the Evel, and it's got 12K. It's got 16 propellers. Yeah, okay. It's an Autel Evo 2 Pro, and this is actually from Darren Cody, and this is from Balbriggan County in Dublin. Let me make sure I press the right button now. See, that's a nice shot. I think it's either sped up too much or the drone is traveling too quickly. It's so hard to get those right, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not easy getting those right at all.
Oh, thank you, Andrew Lee. He's saying that the previous one, Bogan Park, is actually in Georgia, United States.
There you go.
Yeah, James Lakeman is just saying that the live shows last week were great. Thank you, James. I appreciate it. However, your instructor's barbecue skills looked questionable. Remind me to talk about the barbecue when we come back from this video, because
Andrew will
there is
he
a
will
story
be hurt.
behind that. There is a story behind that. I don't think he will actually. I think he'll admit that it was about as awful as they can get, but he was battling. So but we'll talk about that in a moment. Again, I quite like this because it's giving us a bit of a story, and it's also because it's focusing in on the spire. I liked how it was giving a cross reference of the background and the buildings and everything with the spire in there, so you kind of had the context of where they were in relation to the principal item, which I quite like actually.
I love that top-down shot there of the spire. That was
very
wonderful.
cool.
This is quite fast, actually. This is very fast.
Yeah.
Probably, I don't know.
It's a nice
this
shot.
looks nice.
Yeah, that's a very, very nice shot.
Really nice. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Snakehead, I love you.
The geek trots.
I wasn't going to say that out loud, actually, but
can we trademark that name? Hashtag geek trots.
I think Andy should start a new channel called Geek Trots, and it should be a parody of the Geeksvana channel, which won't be very difficult, frankly. It's almost a parody of itself sometimes.
Yes.
But yeah, some nice shots there, Darren. Again, I don't know how long you've been flying, but the editing's coming down. You've certainly grasped the concept and the benefit of the golden hour, and getting those shadows and getting those colors, richer colors in there. To me personally, I'm going to wind that back very quickly. You see in this part here, this section here with the boats, etc. I think there's more that can be done there. I think there's more that can be had. I will say I can already see people there on the right-hand side and the left-hand side. So he might have had the same idea, but actually this was the safe shot to get, if that makes sense. So I'm not going to attack him for being responsible and safe either.
I have a video coming out tomorrow, which is about framing. It is about let's say composition.
Is this one of your 1 minute tip videos?
It's one of my 1 minute tip videos. Yes, it's coming out tomorrow.
If you'd like to watch Stephen's tip, then there is a link in the description to his channel, so you can watch his tip.
Yeah, just a tip.
Sorry, I'm just gonna. Yeah, do you get
that?
So you can watch the video and you get to see Stephen's tip. No? Yes, funny. Okay.
Type 1 for funny and type 0 for not funny, or if you just want the tip. So
sorry. Just can we just rewind? Can we just okay, I'm just waiting for my producer. Oh, I don't have one this week. I'm just waiting for confirmation. Did you just say if you just want the tip?
Yeah, if you want the tip, you can just subscribe to the channel. And
okay, but in all seriousness, the tip series is really, really good, and this one is about the composition, so the rule of thirds, type of thing.
Yes. And I seen on the end of that video where the rule of thirds would have come in fantastically, actually. I completely agree with you. I thought you said tit, Sean, says Len Hartley. Thanks, Len. There you go. I've made you feel awkward enough, focused on you. Focused on just you. Okay, let's do another view of video, shall we? So next up is one from Simon Edmonds. And let's get this playing whilst I describe it. He said, I just wanted to send you a drone video that you could possibly feature in your next live. It's nothing too exciting. I disagree personally, but he had fun filming it. He really enjoys the channel. Keep up the amazing work. Obviously, I had to keep that last bit in there. So thanks for sending this in, Simon. I do like drones and wind turbines personally. I don't know about you, Stephen. Yes.
I mean, obviously, when you see something like this, you think it's a job, and you start getting out your mapping software, and you start firing up your Matrice drones and things, and right, okay, you start mapping that end, I'll go this end. But obviously, us hobbyists look at this and think that's a nice windmill.
Yeah, I just see dollar signs, when I see these things, So it's they are not easy to fly next to. Actually,
no,
something you need to be very careful because because these blades, they actually move even when they're still. So even when even if the turbine's not moving, and the blade can still actually move, and it can move very, it's very, very flexible actually. So you have to be really careful, be very careful flying next to these.
There are plenty of videos out there.
Drone.
There are plenty of videos out there showing people thinking they could get through in time, and it really does, just clonk. And those things are mucho strongo. You will not have much, as you can find from the birds that are dotted around dead below them. You don't get many chances to hit them twice with something plastic and DJI written on it.
And it's always, when if your drone does come into contact with the blade, it will actually affect the performance of the turbine. So it's actually quite serious, actually.
Yes, no, absolutely.
And that's some of the work that we're going to be doing, actually. Yeah.
Very cool. But yes, but a fantastic video, Simon. Thank you very much for sending it in. I really do appreciate it. Okay, now I'm going to put over to Steve in a moment. No, I'm not. I'm going to play the next video. What am I talking about? So, and Stephen's going to talk about it while I do something in the background. This is a video from Sean Joint. It's the Mavic Mini, and it's the Mavic Mini 1, which he still feels is a very strong drone, and he still enjoys it. And this is where he went out in the golden hour, which again is great to see another hobbyist doing that. Obviously, he feels like it's the best time, 30 minutes before or after sunset. All clips were filmed with the Mavic Mini in Barrie and Innisfil, Ontario in Canada in late fall 2020. So I will leave you to describe this while I do some jiggery pokery.
Okay. Ooh, that is quite a risky shot. Quite nice, actually. Quite interested how that would have been done.
Yes.
Was that done statically, or did it go through it? I think it was done statically, but nice shot anyway. Ooh,
I think so.
Flying next to birds there as well. That's interesting. Very interesting.
Stephen's gaining some respect for at least the guts that it took to pull off some of these shots.
Yes, yeah. It's very kind of climactic with that type of shot. It's not easy to get these type of shots with the Mini 2 because the sensor is so small. Yes. And the capabilities of the camera itself, because there's no 4K. So I would assume that he's doing 2.7 and maybe taking it down to 1080. I'm not sure, but
I thought that as well, actually.
It's not easy. Yeah. It's not 2.7. 24 frames per second. Yeah.
Oh, is he in the chat?
I don't know. No, it was in the video.
Oh, it was on the video. Sorry.
Yeah.
It shows that I'm not watching the video, doesn't it? Fully. I'm actually going to rewind that. Did you say it showed the stats in there? Did it?
Yes, on the bottom right-hand side.
That's a nice thing to do.
Watch, just
leave it alone, Sean. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, don't touch it.
Don't touch it. Oh, that's a nice shot.
Yeah.
That I really like. Oh, that's cool. See, epidemic sound shot with Mavic Mini. I like that. I'm gonna steal that idea.
And it says they're ungraded, so he hasn't actually done anything to the footage. So well cool. Done, actually. That's actually a nice little video for that reason.
Look who's joined us.
Hey, you know. finally get to meet you and say hi.
No, same, Stephen. I've heard so much about you.
Have you two not met?
No.
Wow,
we haven't met.
That's crazy, isn't it? Actually, you think because of course Emily was on the commercial drone show, which of course Stephen isn't on, and yes, you were boats in the night on the International Drone Day as well, of course, weren't you? And
yes, we're boats in the night, exactly. Or more like an elegant ship, I would say, actually.
And
I did say ship.
Oh, look. Hey, the charmer. Here comes the charmer.
Well, exactly. I'm liking Stephen's charm, Sean. You could take a hint out.
Oh, okay. How long have you been on? 20 seconds and you're already giving me crap. Don't start.
I'm getting you back for last Saturday.
Oh, I feel like I was a little bit harsh with you, but I was being very brave because I was a whole body of water away from you. So that's probably why I was being so brave, frankly. So we've seen some fantastic videos tonight, haven't we?
Yes.
I just want to remind everyone one of the reasons why Emily's here. I'm going to kick her out again in a minute because I'm heartless. Oh, look at that! Look, you're coming up in front of your own advert.
Oh, look at that! Oh gosh.
So I'm going to hide you. We're having the members video meetup, which we'll be putting the link in the chat when the outro starts to play. Come along and meet Emily and find out why on earth she wants to get involved with this channel. We haven't worked it out yet. And Stephen, I think you're joining us as well, aren't you, for a little while?
And I do promise I will be charming to everyone, not just Emily.
Oh.
Aww.
What, are you going to be charming to me as well then?
No. Don't take it too far now.
I know he's. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't take the mile. You've only been given an inch.
Yes, something like that. Okay, I'm not even going to go near that conversation now. I'm going to back away from that comment. I'm going to go away from the HR department and go down the other end of the building, away from that comment. But yes, whilst Emily is here, actually, we will talk very quickly about the weekly drone and tech news, which we're technically on episode 3 of course, because episode 3 was on the live International Drone Day. We're mixing things up a little bit, so there won't be one this weekend, but it will return next week, and you'll see how wonderful and how magnificent and awesome and things it is. We're going to have pyrotechnics, and no, we're not going to have pyrotechnics, but it's going to be good fun. Even Emily says wow, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, Emily's thinking I have to put pyrotechnics in my bedroom or my house.
I know. I was thinking logistically, I'm not quite sure.
She's checking her contract. No, yeah. It says pyrotechnics on the contract. Yep.
I do suggest you just use a few candles. That would be fine.
Yeah.
Very good.
Although I do know someone who can do a drone light show, so maybe that can help.
Do you? Who's that then, Stephen?
I don't know. Someone I know who could do that.
Okay, just someone, some person. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you like to comment any further on what you were doing in Dubai at all?
I could not comment what I was doing in Dubai. I was doing drone operations with my team.
Emily, use your womanly wiles and journalistic skills to find out why he was in Dubai.
Why was you in Dubai, Stephen?
I was working. And I was getting a suntan as well.
What was you working on?
I was working with drones. But I can't say exactly what I was doing.
Whereabouts?
And now Bill's come in here as well. Bill's now commenting. Now he's not happy.
Okay. Well, Emily, I'm going to put you back in the waiting room for a few minutes, and then we're going to see you again soon in the members meetup. The link will be going in the chat and on the community tab. Actually, not in the chat because that's public, but on the community tab for our members very, very soon. But we'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Okay, I'm going to put you in the waiting room now so we can talk about you.
She's in the green room. She's in the green room.
Yeah, I'm not sure what color it is in there. I think it's very dark. But
you should get a green. You should make it green.
Yeah. I'll have to talk to Zoom about doing that. But yes.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Well, we seem to have an issue here with your window actually. I'm going to have to work out how to do that a little bit better.
I seem to have.
Why have you? Here we go. Here, and
just.
And could you just push the bottom down a bit now as well, please? Oh, here we go. Well done. That's it. Stop. Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. That was pretty seamless, wasn't it? No one noticed.
It was actually, yeah.
Excellent. Okay, well that's everything for this evening. We've talked about the Mini 3 videos coming tomorrow. The Mavic 3, we've talked about that tonight. We've had a little chat and looked over some more of the viewer videos. Keep sending the viewer videos in to Sean@geeksvana.com. That's my email address, so they come into me. We've got a lot more to go through in future shows, and we're going to have some other dedicated shows to do that as well. And we've got a couple of other things coming up with your viewer videos that can be quite exciting as well. So keep sending them in because I love watching them as well, frankly. Yeah, and as Mojek says, it's the dark green room. So yes. So excellent. So on that note, apart from your tip that you're giving everybody tomorrow on rule of thirds, etc., what else is coming up on the Flyby Gaze channel?
I've been quite busy. So I'm not sure if I have time for too many videos. I'm trying
Time
to
for all this
squeeze some
YouTubing
videos.
stuff.
Yeah, I may have some traveling next week. I'm heading to Africa, so I don't know if I have time, but I'll certainly
what are you doing
do
in
my
Africa?
absolute best.
What are you doing in Africa?
I'm working.
What? Doing what?
I'm flying.
You're flying. Okay. So, would you like to confirm or deny the rumor that that you work for an international intelligence service?
I cannot either confirm nor deny that I work for an intelligent service.
An intelligent service, yeah, or that I appear on an intelligent drone show either. But yeah, so yeah. So that's it for tonight. Thank you very much for joining us, everyone. I really appreciate it. Absolutely fantastic to see the same old faces in here, and also a few new ones as well. So if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. If you wouldn't mind smashing that like button on the way out, I would hugely appreciate that. And members, we're going to be putting the link in the community tab for members only in literally a few seconds time. So hop on into the Zoom call, come join myself and Stephen, and save me and Emily from Stephen. I'd really appreciate it, because he's a great guy. Really, he's a great guy.
Just a tip.